Okay, we already have covered this portion, that is the capital accumulation and how we actually derived. So that is based on this basic equation. Okay, this is just a capital accumulation. If you want to go with an increment of, this capital, you need to follow this equation. It means the given capital is stock will you have to minus this depreciation. So in the net sense, you're talking about it and then plus investment. So this gives us, this capital accumulation. So that has been, more simplified and gave us this equation. Okay, so yesterday we discussed this portion that this is the form of capital accumulation, which says that it is in the net sense, of course, when the depreciation is less, then always, or in another way, that if depreciation and this capital accumulation has the inverse relationship, and also this population growth, or we consider here this labor growth, that is also having the inverse relation. Okay, and whenever you put more saving, that has the direct relationship with it. So this we got yesterday, that is the form of capital accumulation in the solo growth model. Now from this capital accumulation we need to reach to this steady state situation. And we all know what is the steady state, because we discovered all the variables here, because we are talking about S star, okay, this S in T time period, C in T time period, Y in T time period. So all the variables will now be converted as S star, C star, Y star, and also this K star. And I'm talking about all the sense in the per capita form. It means K is also small k, S is also small s, C is also small c. Okay, so these are all per capita analysis. So we got this per capita capital accumulation. So that has to, we need to substitute this value in our steady state situation. So let's see about steady state says what. The per capita capital stock growth, but at a decreasing rate. Okay, so this per capita income, because we all know the production function small y is, like your total production curve, and that is increasing at increasing rate in the beginning, and then it is increasing at diminishing rate, and then constant, and then declining. So this is like that. So per capita capital stock grows, but at decreasing rate. So eventually growth converges to zero. We know this, the value of K star will be zero in the steady state, because steady state according to the solo model, that is a long run situation. So whatever possible growth patterns we have, that will converge together, and this gives us, the value of this capital accumulation and the growth of capital, that is equals to zero. Or in other words, that is your R star, which we started in our basic portion. So that is your R star, which is actually becoming zero, or your dk by dt, okay, that is equals to zero, or your change in k by k, that is equals to zero. So we can explicitly solve for k star this, which is as follow. That is kt plus 1, which is your capital accumulation, as we have seen here. Okay, so this is your k in t time period, that is equals to your k star. Now this, if we can consider this is k star, so I can write here the K star in place of this only, okay? So this KT plus 1 is now becoming your K star. So I would write here this K star, which is equals to the whole equation as we have seen in the previous slide, okay? 1 minus D by 1 plus N is a fraction of this K star, because your capital accumulation itself is depending upon your growth of capital, but your what growth of capital you are considering, that is a steady state growth of capital. So that is why it is K star. Okay, and this itself depending upon this K star, because the depreciation is occurring because of this capital you have utilized, and also parallelly you are utilizing your labor supply, plus some saving, some technology has been induced, okay, divided by this 1 plus n, and itself it is, the function of this K star. Okay, so this is the same thing, only this T has been replaced with this star, because what we are talking about a steady state capital. So this capital accumulation is now has been converted into this. Now this can be rewritten like this. Okay, it means if I will, shift it to this side. So k star minus this 1 minus d by 1 plus n, this is a fraction of this k star. will give you the value of this. Okay, 1 minus d by 1 plus n, because k star will be cancelled out, so we'll got this 1 minus this value, which is equals to this expression. Okay, and this expression is also there because now what we can do is here k star will be common. Okay, and k star will be common, 1 minus d by 1 plus n. So this remaining k star will have a division with this. Okay, so then it will go here. So k star power would become now alpha minus 1. I hope this is clear to you guys. It's just, we simplified it further and we just shift this expression to this side. Then what some the small mathematical manipulation we need to do, we just replace this value of 1 with this 1 plus n by 1 plus n, which doesn't has other meaning, that is also the equals to 1. Okay, 1 plus n by 1 plus n. So whole expression I am writing again with this, by replacing this value of 1. And then just solve it, and this gives us n plus d. If you'll solve it, this gives us n plus d by 1 plus n is equals to s by a, or divided by 1 plus n, then 1 divided by k star, and the power is 1 minus alpha, because this I just put it down. So if I put it down, this alpha minus 1 will now be converted as 1 minus alpha. This power would be now 1 minus alpha. So now nothing we need to do more. We just will, get the value of this k star power, this 1 minus alpha. So just reshuffle the whole expression, and for the simplification gives us SA by n plus d. Okay. Is that clear, you guys? Or you have any doubt? You can look at it again, how it has been done. And you can ask me if you have doubt. Yes, students. Please look at it once. By solving this whole, this gives you n plus d by 1 plus n. And this whole expression would be same. Okay, but to just, rewriting of it. SA by 1 plus n, 1 by this I shifted at the denominator place. Okay, and then just got the value of this and simplified it further. This gives us SA by n plus d. Is that clear, you guys? Shall I
Yes, ma'am.
move further? Okay. So I can again rewrite this equation and gives us this k star. Okay. This k star is now SA by n plus d. The whole power is 1 by 1 minus alpha. Okay. So now this is actually the value of steady state according to the Soloviev growth model. The steady state level of real income now we can estimate, and also the consumption, steady state saving also, and steady state investment. So how we can got it? So that is y star. We all know in our previous concepts, we already have gone through the assumptions how this function of y, which is actually the function of c and s both, and this y is the function of this, and this has been simplified further that y is the function of this now. So just replacing this value, y small is what? This is your per capita output. So taking the same expression over here, we can get the value of the steady state. Okay. So this is y star, and this we have got, earlier. So instead of writing t over here, I would put star, because this is a golden rule capital accumulation, or we say it is our steady state capital. So I'll put this k star at the power alpha. So this value of k star will be substituted over here. This value of k star has been substituted, and uh, this gives us alpha by 1 minus alpha. This is only 1 multiplied by 1. So this you can consider this is alpha by 1 minus alpha. So that is the whole value of y star. Similarly, I star you can get as our assumption says that this I star is equals to what, this S star. Okay. And further this S star is equals to S, which is your marginal propensity of saving, multiply by your output per capita. Okay, so that is a fraction of this. So every time in application also you have seen that SFK. So FK is nothing, this is your Y star. Okay, so whenever S is rising, we always consider your investment is rising, and thereby your K star is rising. So here I would just follow this Y star is what? The Y star is your A, K star, and the power is alpha. So what I can do is I can just write this value of A and the whole what I have written earlier. Okay, so that is the value of I star now. This one you can ignore. This is just alpha only, alpha by 1 minus alpha. Then we have to estimate the value of consumption in steady state. Okay, that is your C star. So we all know by concept, and even you can recall the application of consumption per worker analysis in case of Solovian application. That was 1 minus S, and it is a fraction of your per capita, sorry, the output per worker. Okay, so this I will replace again. 1 minus S would be there, and the whole value of this is your Y star. So this I'll replace here. So that is, just estimation of only this K star, which is your steady state capita. Okay, or the capital per worker. So this steady state capital per worker, if you are able to estimate, then further you can estimate this Y star also, I star also, and then C star also. So that is all about steady state per capita, and sorry, out capital per worker, and also this capital accumulation. So this whole has discussed about this. So that is taken from a research paper, okay, and how this solo model is actually defining capital accumulation and steady state capital in the blue lagoon model. Okay, and we call it that is happening in case of pure exchange economy or the pure production economy, where we are considering the major assumption of the perfect competition. Okay, so if there is no externality, you would be able to reach on the steady state level of output, investment, consumption, capital, and saving. Is that clear, you guys? Or you have any doubt in the whole? You can ask the queries on it. Yes, students, do you have any query on it? Yes, Rupert, you want to ask something? Anybody, or it is clear? Yes, I'm waiting for the response.
No doubt, ma'am.
Yes, Nitesh,
I'm quite doubt, ma'am.
it's clear, or you have a
Yes,
doubt?
ma'am. No, ma'am.
Clear. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if it is clear, then I think my next, whatever I'm starting, that is the Solovian problems and its analysis. So I think that you all can do. Fine. So if it is clear, then I think you will not have any problem to understand that and also to solve that. So let me go on it. I would go with the solo problems now. Okay. So that is a practical aspect of it, what we have studied. Fine. So let me go on this problem part. So today I think we'll be discussing this problem one. Uh, Typical economy is described by the following equation. So we have this Y, which is as capital Y, okay? So this is actually indicating the production function. So this we have K0 and sorry, K 0.5 L, and we have this 0.5 uh, for the K. Sorry, 0.5. I guess this is this one. Okay. Y is basically your function. K is power 0.5 and L is power 0.5. Okay. So it is power only. I think this is written because of some typing error. So K's power is 0.5 and L's power is 0.5. This is your production function. S is equals to 0.2, which is your saving rate. Okay. D is your depreciation. That is equals to 0.1. Fine. Now, using the solo model, we need to answer the following questions. The question one is, what are the steady state values of K, Y, C, and I? Okay. So now you need to, first of all, what to do? First of all, you need to convert this Y into your per capita output, okay, or we say output per capita, okay. Then also the saving also be the small one, even this C, I, whatever I'm talking about, that is small one. Okay, so steady state you will reach later on. First you need to get small k, small y, small c, small I. It means I'm talking about this capital per worker, output per worker, consumption per worker, and then investment per worker. Are you able to calculate this? First of all, this small k, small y, small c, and small I. Yes, guys. If everything is clear to you, and then it means you can calculate it. Yes, I'm waiting for the response. Are you able to do that? What happened to you guys? Hazir, Nitish, Iti, Rupal, Bharat, whether you can do it?
मैं कर रहा हूँ.
कर लेंगे. Nitish बताया कर लेंगे. What about others?
What will be the value of small n population growth?
Hmm. Small n is not given. It's not necessary always will be given to you. Okay. Small n could be there. If small n is there, then you will be using that formula where plus n is there. Fine. But if there is no n which is given to you, then you can skip it in your analysis. Then directly your function of Solovian model would be like this: dk by dt or r star, that is equals to sfk only. Okay, sfk minus d, not n plus d. हमने देखा था ना, in application portion there was depreciation s multiplied by depreciation and plus n. Okay, so if there is no n, the plus n will be removed, only there will be depreciation. So it means your function would be sfk minus depreciation only, not the plus n. So plus n can be skipped if there is no n given in the question. हाँ, तो पर वर्कर का मतलब क्या है? अगर अच्छा आपको यही लग रहा है कि इसको हम कैसे निकालें, बिकॉज पर वर्कर इज नॉट गिवन टू अस. So let's see over here, because L is given to you. Here L is equivalent to what? This N. So we will talk about this per capita. So Y divided by L, if you will do, then you will be getting what? This small y. So Y is equals to, we have case power 0.5, L power is 0.5. So both sides, if we'll divide this L, we'll be getting what? Small y. Small y is Y by L. Small k is K by L. So if N is not given to you, you can estimate your per capita output is like that. Your per capita, this capital per worker like this, and you'll be getting this value for small y, which is k's power what? 0.5. Then this function fk is nothing, this is your y. Okay, y is actually your function of capital, so that is also further equals to k's power is 0.5. So this is per capita production function that we will use in the solution of this problem. Is that clear, you guys? How you actually estimated the small y? So I think with this you can estimate other values also: small c, small s, small I. Okay, so how we can do that? This is your function. Okay, our first problem is actually need to reach on steady state values, steady state values of your k, y, c, and I. So let's see how to solve this. So in order to find the steady state values, we'll be using, steady state condition. What is our steady state condition? As I was mentioning, that your dk by dt, it means your small k, that will now be equals to sfk. So here this dk, d is indicating your depreciation. Fine. So value of d is what? This is 0.1 over here. And this sfk, s value is, 0.2 in our problem, which has been given to us. And fk value we already have got here. Okay, this is small y, the small y which is a function of small k. So the value of this, that is what, k is power 0.5. So you got this all values, okay? So all values you have substituted in that. So you got exactly the value of this k, okay? Small k. The small k will be 2k power is 0.5. Okay. And then further you can simplify it, which actually gives us the value of k star, that is equals to 4. Okay. This k star is nothing. This is your steady state capital per worker. Okay. So that is my k star value. So above steady state value of k now we have got. Now we can use, this k star to get the value of y, which is your Y star, also C star, also your S star, also the I star, as we have done in the previous lecture. Okay. So the same way, the steady state you can estimate for all. So here, if we got for the K star, this K star value would be substituted in your Y function. So we got the Y function here, that is equals to K power 0.5. So this value k star would be substituted here in the place of k. Okay, so the 4 power would be 0.5. The value of y star you got, that is equals to 2. It means in steady state level, the output per worker will be 2 over here, and the capital per worker will be 4 over here. Now we need to see what is the consumption per worker. For consumption per worker, we need to recall our application portion where the C is equals to 1 minus S, which is a fraction of your output. It means that is the fixed proportion of your per capita output. So you need to get the value of the C star, just replace the value of your saving, and that is given in our problem itself. That is 0.2. But we got this value of Y by estimating this steady state level of output. So this output will be keeping here, and you'll be getting what the value of this C star, that is equals to 1.6 now. So it means consumption would reach, that is now 1.6 in the steady state. Okay. We all know by assumption that y is equals to c plus I. Okay. That is also c plus s too. Okay. I is equals to s in our analysis. So this gives us what I is equals to y minus c. And we have both steady state values with us. The y is equals to 2 and the c is equals to 1 minus 6. So we can get the value of I star here. That is what the 0.4. So we can see now all the values we have got. The k star is 4, y star is 2, c star is 1.6, and our I star is 0.4. Is that clear, you guys, now?
Yes,
How we
ma'am.
reached on the all steady state values. And because we don't have any here, we can use this L as only, the by function. And that has been demonstrated you in the previous lecture itself, that how we can calculate the small y over there without n itself. Okay. So we got this. So that was my first problem. But the second problem is what? What are the values of K and Y if the economy operates at the golden rule level of capital accumulation? I repeat, what are the values of K and Y if the economy operates at golden rule level? So first of all, you need to recall the concept of golden rule. What was the golden rule? Yes, guys, we have done this golden rule in our previous lectures.
Ma'am, change in
What?
capital.
Uh, Come again?
Ma'am, uh, change in capital is equals to change in labor.
That is
Okay.
the John Robinson's analysis. That is the golden age. We are not talking about golden age here. We are talking about golden rule of capital accumulation. So what is the golden rule of capital accumulation here? Just recall the concept of marginal productivity of capital. The marginal productivity of capital, whenever that is equals to, if you will equate it with the level of depreciation, then you'll be getting what this maximum K star. Okay, maximum K star when the golden rule says that the line of tangency would be occurring on the production function, which gives us the maximum consumption. So that K star is always optimal, which gives us the maximum consumption. So here we need to follow and use this golden rule of capital accumulation to actually, estimating the values of this k and y. So we will directly go to our second solution. The golden rule is defined as the level of k for which consumption is maximized. In order to operate at the golden rule, we need to follow this expression, that is marginal productivity of capital, that is equals to what? Depreciation level. It means mpk minus d, that is equals to 0. That is the meaning. So we have to always equate it with the level of depreciation. So in order to proceed, we need to calculate this MPK over here. So how to calculate this MPK? That is dy by dk. And you all know what is your y function. Your y function is k's power 0.5, that has been estimated over here. So if y's power is 0.5, then what will be the MPK? You have to differentiate this y small function with respect to small k. So this gives us 0.5 k's power minus 0.5. So that gives us further 0.5 divided by k's power 0.5. So in order to find this golden rule value of k, we need to equate this expression with the value of this d. And we know in our problem itself, the value of d or the depreciation has been given to us. And that is what? 0.1. So 0.5 divided by k's power 0.5, that is equals to now 0.1. So this gives us golden rule k star. GR means golden rule k star, that is 25. You see, it is 25 now. Though we got in our previous solution, the value of k star was the value of K star was 4. So it means presently our economy is operating at this steady state where the value of K star is 4. But exactly golden rule K star value is what? That is 25. It means we have a still potential. Our marginal productivity of capital allow us to proceed. I think you all need to recall the concept of golden rule of capital accumulation. So whenever you want to reach on, higher capital, or you want to increase the capital, it means your golden rule, level is still allowing you to increase this capital to reach on the higher level of steady state. So I have seen that the different kind of, the steady state situation when the golden rule of capital accumulation does allow. So here we have more potential, and we if we increase saving like all developing countries were suggested, the policy makers are suggested that if they will increase saving and their saving is still giving us the higher marginal productivity of capital, or in another words your function f, which is a function of k, or your output per capita, that is still smaller than this mpk, then you can increase your capital in the golden rule to achieve and acquire this golden rule. And that says that k star of golden rule this is now equals to 25. Or in another words, this golden rule of capital accumulation says that the line or the slope of your production function, which is not matching actually, at when the k star is equals to 4, it is not matching with the line of depreciation, because we know the depreciation line is going 45-degree line, which is increasing only constantly. But we always need to assess our production function. The production function is still, you know has potential to rise this k star or the saving. It means when both of the slopes will be parallel, production function slope and also your d slope, it means depreciation slope, by that time you can stop your investment or your capital investment, and then you are actually reaching on this k star of golden rule, which gives us equals to 25. So right now we are here at the 4, so it means we have a potential to rise it. Is that clear to you guys? How K star of golden rule gives us, the new value. And this new value says that the economy has to still go up. That is the meaning. Hence, the value of K at the golden rule is 25. So in order to find the value of small y, we'll use the same method. Same method what we have done in the problem, the solution of question 1. So gives us y is equals to k's power 0.5. So y star of golden rule will give us 25. Now the power is 0.5, which gives us the y star value of golden rule, that is now 5. Is that clear you guys now? How we got this y star gr and this y star, sorry, k star gr. Yes guys. Do you remember the concept of this golden rule of capital accumulation, what we did in our previous lectures? Yes, guys. If you don't
Yes.
remember, then you will not understand. Tell me.
Yes, ma'am. Understood, ma'am.
Understood. Nitish is only saying. What about others? What about others?
मैम ये वाला आ गया बट वो लास्ट लेक्चर्स में थोड़ा थोड़ा ही लर्न है थोड़ा पूरा याद नहीं है
मतलब लास्ट वाले का क्या? एक मिनट. आई एम शेयरिंग दिस गोल्डन रूल ऑफ कैपिटल accumulation to you again. यही होता है ना that you don't recall it. Wait. So recall this. We already have done this. I'm talking about this diagram. So if this is your K star of golden rule, you are somewhere here. Your K star saying that it is equals to 4. But you got this value K star of golden rule that is equals to 25. So it means you have a potential to increase your capital. And once you increase your capital, you'll reach the output per capita. And output per capita value you got that is Y star GR that is equals to 5. So below then when your K star, then your output was this much. Your output was 2 only. Okay, your K star was 4 only. Here your K star is 25 and your output is now increasing that is equals to 5. And this slope both are parallel to each other. If they are parallel to each other, your consumption will be maximum. So this maximum consumption we need to attain. Here the consumption was not maximum. The slope was here the slope and this slope was not matching. Okay. Or in other words, this slope is, if I'll draw a parallel line over here, this slope would be steeper than this slope. Here, both of the slopes are matching. Here, this slope would be more flatter than this slope. So again, your consumption will be reduced. Here we have opportunity to increase our consumption. And here, your consumption is less. So that is why you need to come back or you need to reduce your capital. So you only has to attain what this golden rule of capital accumulation. And this golden rule of capital accumulation gives us the maximum growth. And this depreciation line, which is actually occurring due to this K star, and this depreciation is always at the 45-degree line, which is actually giving us the constant proportion of this depreciation has to be assessed and compared with this FK star. This is nothing, the value of small y. Is that clear, you guys, now?
यस
See, these
मैम
changes also we have seen how transition, the economy is taking transition. If investment is changing, consumption is changing, your output would change. When your golden rule of capital accumulation is changing, everything is changing. So this transition has also been, we can study through the numerical portions. Whenever there is a change in this capital accumulation, and there will be change in Y, there will be change in consumption, and that is why your C star is changing now, C star GR, Y star is changing in your Y star GR, I star is changing in your I star GR. So this is all about, the theoretical portion. But what we are doing right now, that is our mathematical portion. Is that visible, Yuna, now the same slides which we were
यस मैम
discussing? Okay. So this is our golden rule of output and the golden rule of capital, that is 25. So everything is clear now. Okay. Let me go now. The problem third. Imagine that you want to drive this country in the golden rule level of K and Y. Okay. So it means this capital and this output you want now. It means K value is 25 and Y value is 5. So what is the saving rate that you have to impose? What would be the level of C? Can you get this now? Yes, guys. What will be the saving rate? You are a policy maker. You want to go with this golden rule of capital per capita and the capital per worker and output per capita. So this values will give you transition. The transition I'm talking about in the previous golden rule of capital accumulation slide. And this transition will take place now because your saving has to increase, your consumption has to increase. if these things are increasing, you see, we have studied, two ways. The one is, if you are increasing your capital accumulation, then sometime it is giving us, the transition in the more consumption, in form of more output, in form of, the more investment. But sometimes it is giving us less also, and that is the reason because of some of the things are not responding. This is just because your potential is not allowing you to increase this capital. But here we already have seen our potential is allowing us. The K star is equals to 4 and your golden rule K is 25. So your potential allows you. So in that case, definitely your C and your S both has to increase. So how to solve this? The problem of third, go to this graph first. Okay, the graph is indicating the same situation as we have done in the transition. Okay, so we have this capital per worker, we have this output per worker, we have here this red line which is actually indicating over here this output per capita. Okay, right now I'm not discussing about this magenta line, we'll discuss bit later. And then we have this blue line, and we have this green line. This green line is nothing, we are actually talking about the saving function. Okay, that is the saving function of the economy. Now if I'll talk about this capital, the both capital and saving when they are intersecting here, this is for your capital K star, that is equals to 4. Okay, and you're saving it somehow, that is equals to 0.2. You just assume that is the 0.2. Okay, so your economy will have here this much of the output, because this we need to assess. See, यहाँ पे आप क्या कर सकते हो, एक parallel line खींच सकते हो, and this parallel line would assess that how much, the output would be there. Not parallel, I would follow the tangency. And this says that what was my initial output, or the y star, that is equals to 2. Okay, this is about 2, 1.83, and after that it is about to 2. Okay, so that is the case. Now if golden rule of capital accumulation says that my K should enhance with this 25. So capital worker is enhancing with this 25. This after 24, this is 25 only. Okay. Now this can give us a rise in my output per worker. This output per worker is now equivalent to 5. Below 5.5, that is equivalent to 5. So this is Y, golden rule of Y. But that is just an hypothetical assumption. This black line is only indicating that this country has potential to reach over there. Like country India is also can estimate after 5 years, this is my vision. And after 5 years, this golden rule of capital per worker is saying that I can reach over here, and my output per worker would reach over here. But to achieve this target, okay, after 5 years or maybe 10 years, what this country has to do, the country has to do one intervention, and that is only one according to solo model and also this golden rule of capital accumulation, that they have to increase the saving. So it means their S star, which was earlier this much, okay, now this has to increase more. So this magenta line will now come. So this is only indicating that my saving has to increase. So if the saving would increase, this will have an intersection with this blue line somewhere here. So then only I can achieve this my K star golden rule. Okay, this K star golden rule, which is now 25, and this gives us the rise in output that is equals to 5. So that is just a diagrammatically, how to we can project our policy decisions, and how we can do the interventions in the short run to achieve and attain the value of this output per worker. So how we can do that? The saving rate, because we need to identify. So we know that SFK, that is equals to your DK. Okay, so this function I can reformulate like that, because SFK, that is equals to DK, and now this K is nothing, this is your KGR. So now which capital you're utilizing, this capital you want to utilize, which is your KGR, that is 25. So I would write everywhere this K star GR and K star ZR. So my function would be SFK star GR, that is equals to DK star GR. So just rewriting the expression would look like this. Okay. So this can, 0.1, we know that is our depreciation rate, multiply by 25. This K star ZR 0.5 can be replaced here, and this gives us S star value. So how much S has to be increased? That is what the 0.5. Earlier it was 0.2. So now we have 0.5. So saving is increasing. See, when saving is increasing, and if it is still giving us MPK, which is greater than your FK, then you should increase your saving, which can give you more K star GR. Okay, so this value 0.5 can now be replaced in the C value also, the C star GR, because we know the function is 1 minus S star, which is a fraction of this Y star GR, which gives us now the value of new C star GR, that is equals to 2.5. Earlier it was 1.6. So it means your C is now rising. Okay. So your C is rising, your S is rising. Because your S is rising, that is why your K is rising. And why this is rising? This is rising just because of your intervention, because you have still the potential, and the important condition which we are following over here, that is the golden rule of capital accumulation, where your marginal productivity of capital is greater than your FK. Is that clear, you guys? Or you have any doubt in these two slides? Yes, students.
नहीं
या नितेश,
मैम कोई डाउट नहीं है
कोई डाउट नहीं है. वेरी गुड. Okay, so now let's discuss about the fourth one. Assuming that you impose the new saving rate, what would be the immediate and long run effects on C, K, and Y? Okay, draw the path of these variables. Path to आप बना सकते हो, because we all know C is rising, K is rising, okay, Y is also rising, everything is rising. That is the long run effect. So that is the same transition form we already have studied. So you impose a new saving rate, the long run effects we can discover now. So coming on the solution of the fourth, so we know this is our function, and we followed this particular equation, that SFK star, that is greater than this DK star. So still your growth is greater than zero. It means your marginal productivity of capital is giving you more output, more consumption, and more income. Okay, so the C star is rising because CGR is above than the CGR. A value is your 2.5, and C star value is 1.6. KGR value we know it is 25, K star value it is 4, YGR value is 5, and the Y star value is 2. So all the variables are rising. So that is, we can see, yes, this gives us the path and the transition for the golden rule transition, that everything is increasing because of your golden rule of capital accumulation allows you to increase the saving and increase the value of this K star. Is that clear, you guys?